Hello everyone, in today's video I'll be talking a little bit about today's preparatory match between India and Jordan. So if you can see here, India will play against Jordan today, that is 28 May 2022, and this match will start at 9:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. So this is the match we have before the AFC Asian Cup qualifier matches in the month of June. India was supposed to play one more game against Zambia, I think, but they couldn't arrange a team due to player unavailability, so that got cancelled. So now we have this match against Jordan, and Jordan is a good team. It is currently ranked at 91, I think, based on the latest FIFA ranking. Definitely better in terms of where the Indian team stands in the ranking table. So I think this match will be a really good experience for the Indian players to assess where they stand in terms of international quality. Okay. The coach Igor Stimac has already finalized the players for this particular match. You can see this is the 25-member squad for the match. In the goalkeepers, we have Gurpreet Singh Sandhu. Of course, he is the top choice goalkeeper for India for the obvious reasons. Although he didn't have the best season, in the ISL. Laxmikant Kattimani, he has come into the Indian football team mainly because of his brilliant ISL season. And Amrinder Singh, as always, he is very reliable. And if we talk about defenders, we have the usual names. You can see Rahul Beke is there. Of course, he has gotten some good experience after playing in the AFC Champions League for Mumbai City FC. So definitely he should be there in the team, because he got to play against the very stronger Saudi Arabian clubs like Al Sabab, also Al Jazeera and Air Force Club. So there he was able to do his duty. Didn't make any horrible mistake or anything like that. So he should be in the Indian national team. On top of that, he already has experience in the Indian football team. So that's okay. And Pritam Kotal, he is not a very not a very famous player, very well talked about player like Sandesh Jhingan, but he is very very useful to our Indian team, because if you look at not only in defense, he has contributed in scoring goals also. Maybe not on a regular basis, but in sometimes you can see his contribution. And also he is good at defending. You can say reliable. He will deliver. His ability is quite well in the Indian national team, that we know. He has done it. He has represented Indian football team many times before. He has a good experience. That's what matters in international games. So he should be definitely there. And Harmanjot Khabra, he is new to Indian national team. He has come to the Indian national team mainly because of his good performance for Kerala Blasters in the last ISL season. We don't know whether he will be given game time by Igor Stimac or not, but yeah, he's there and we'll see what happens. And Anwar Ali, he's an inspiration, to all the young defenders that are aspiring to play for India. Given his medical condition and everything, it's good to see his comeback to the not only to the ISL but also to the Indian national team. that's inspiring, and we would like to see him perform well for the Indian national team and contribute to the national team. Sandesh Jingan, of course, he is very well known. So he should be definitely there because when we play stronger opposition in international friendly, in those matches we need somebody like Sandesh Jingan who can block or intercept, who can tackle. So if you talk about physically stronger players, so Sandesh Jingan is the one who can match that level of physicality, and he can block those physically strong players. So definitely we need Sandesh Jingan here. Hopefully he is injury free, and he can do the job this time as well. And Subhasis Bose, another important player for the Indian team. See, I mean, again, like Sandesh Jingan, Subhasis is also not a very creative player in terms of passing from the back, but he will definitely do the job if you talk about pure defending. Like Sandesh Jingan is like that. He is like pure hardcore defender. He mainly does the interception, blocking, tackling, and things like that. But Sandesh is not very good at passing from the back and do the build-up play. So Subhasis is also not like that, but in some matches in ATK Mohan Bagan, in ISL, and also in AFC Asia Cup, we could see glimpses of Subhasis Bose where he tried to play from the back, tried to complete some passing to the midfielders. But if we talk about his performance, passing performance in the Indian national team, that is not quite up to the mark. Sometimes it looked like he ran out of ideas where to pass, whom to give the ball, and simply sometimes he back passes the ball to the goalkeeper and things like that. But anyway, hopefully he will do well this time and contribute the best possible way to the Indian national team. And another young talent, Roshan Singh. So we could see his performance in the ISL, playing for Bengaluru FC. This guy is really good. I mean, if you look at his free kicks, especially, or corner kicks, those are like spot on. It's like putting the ball on the plate for the forward to score the goal. That was really good, and he is good, I think, on both the feet. This time also, I think he will be helpful to the Indian national team because playing against stronger international team, I don't believe India will score too many goals, from open play. So definitely the Indian team has to defend on the corner kicks or free kicks, and to take those corner kicks or free kicks, we need somebody like Roshan Singh where the delivery will be spot on. So I hope he will get some game time under Igor's team this time, and he will do well for the Indian national team. And Akash Mishra, he's a very hard-working guy. Apart from his defending duty, he tries to move forward with the ball, tries to pass the ball to the midfielder. That we can see. I mean, you can say Akash Mishra is, is a young defender. You can say you will see some kind of next generation, glimpses, where at least he tries to, pass the ball from the back. Not like he only does blocking or interception or tackling or anything like that. So definitely we need players like Akash in our team. So hopefully he will do well this time as well. And in midfield we have Udanta Singh. He has been there in the Indian national team for quite a long time now. But I think his form was not that good in last few matches. Although this time in the ISL, he was able to play some good football in some patches, but not sure how much he can deliver in the Indian national team. But anyway, all the best to him. We hope he can do well. Dikshan Singh, another youngster, tall guy, and he can be really hardworking in the midfield. You know, he can be your defensive midfielder. Just playing in front of the defenders, he can receive the ball and pass it to the other midfielders or the forwards. If he can do his job beautifully, then it will be good for the national team. Anirudh Thapa, another one, very regular in the national team. I think only thing was, I think in some last matches his attacking flair was missing a little bit. Uh, if he can not only contribute in controlling the midfield, and if he can contribute in the attacking side as well, that will be really helpful. That will be an added advantage to the Indian national team. I hope he can do that. Glenn Martin was picked up after his performance for FC Goa in the AFC Champions League. There he was quite agile, he was fast, and he was creating some troubles for opposition teams in the AFC Champions League. So that's why he was picked up. But in the recent matches in the Indian national team, he was okay. He was working hard, but he couldn't deliver something really beautiful, or I can say he couldn't deliver something really significant, right? So I think what Glenn can do is Glenn, apart from being agile and hardworking, like always he does, he can try to be a little more creative. Not only trying to get the ball from the opposition. On top of that, he should also try to pass the ball to Indian players a little bit more. He should have some kind of purpose in attacking as well. That will definitely help. So basically, right now what he does is he simply goes and storms into opposition player and tries to get the ball. That's what he does. But on top of that, if he can contribute in attacking, that will be really helpful. Brandon Fernandez, another important player. So he is well known for his creativity. And if you look at our some of the recent matches, national teams recent matches, against lower ranked teams like Afghanistan, Bangladesh, and all there, he gave some good assists. Okay, some of the goals were scored from the assist of Brandon Fernandez. That way he is really good. But some of the drawbacks of Brandon Fernandez are he is not very fast. Okay, and he hasn't scored that many goals from open play, and he is not very well known for physical play. If he can improve in those areas, that will be better. I think Ritwik Das, a new guy to the Indian national team. I think he played well for Jamshedpur FC in last ISL season. Can't say much about him because it will be for the first time he is playing for Indian national team. But by looking at his couple of goals in ISL, I can see that he has the capability to score goals. He has that attacking flair in his mind to be a good striker. But international football is different. Here the oppositions are stronger and they will not give much time and space to Ritwik to score the goal. So he has to up his game, up his standard. He has to be more creative. He has to be faster. He has to be strong to score goals. I hope he can do some of it in the Indian national team. And Yasir Muhammad, another very technical player, good in dribbling and also good in passing. And I think in last SAF Cup competition, he played important role in getting some goals for Indian national team. I'm personally really excited to see Yasir do well in coming matches as well. Fingers crossed. Sahal Abdul Samad. So what an ISL season he had this year. Probably I think this was the best ISL season for Sahal. We already knew how exciting this player is. If you talk about his dribbling ability, it's like for us at least, it's something like magic. But the important thing is in international football or in any football, um, if few small moments of magic are not good enough. Okay, those are definitely helpful, but on top of that, you have to move well, you have to pass well, you have to communicate with your fellow teammates, and by passing and moving, you have to keep going and going until you get the goals, right? That's what is really important in international football, and I think in the last few years, Sahal was missing those things. Like when he got the ball, he used to do some dribbling and dribble past some defenders, but ultimately his contribution in scoring goal was not good enough. And also when he didn't have the ball, he was not the best. He was not getting into the right places to receive the ball, or his movement was not basically proper. Also, if we talk about his defensive contribution, he was not up to the mark. But in this year's ISL, he has improved quite a lot, and he was involved in scoring so many goals, and you could see like his goals were some really good quality goals. Like I can remember one goal against Mumbai City FC where he dribbled past I think 3-4 defenders. Those defenders were really good. Mutada Fall and Rahul Beke, all those guys, and they were unable to stop him. And after dribbling past all of them, he himself scored a goal. That is really beautiful to look at. And also, in this year's ISL, Sahal was running a lot. He was coming back to receive the ball, and he was not only dribbling but also passing the ball to his teammates really well. And all of these things really went well for him and for Kerala Blasters, and they got good results this year. And I'm hopeful that Sahal will continue to do that for the Indian national team, and will get some goals hopefully from him in the Indian national team. Suresh Wangzam, another powerhouse, like you can say, he is full of energy almost every time. Maybe on the creative side he is lacking a little bit, but if you ask this guy to play anywhere and trouble the opposition players, he will do that for the whole day. He keeps running hard, and he is really good at snatching the ball from the opposition leader. Okay, but the thing is, once you get the ball, what you do after that, and that is really important. And on this front, I think if Suresh can improve, that will be really helpful. After getting the ball, if you can pass it to your teammate, and also off the ball, you should move well so that you get into some good positions to receive your pass again, right? And keep doing all those things continuously. That will definitely help the Indian national team. But anyway, a really good player to have in the Indian national team. Ashikurunian, one of my favorite players, because if you look at in the past, I think he was first picked up by Stephen Constantine. So Ashik is really good on the left flank. He troubles the opposition defenders quite a lot with his pace and dribble. And if you look at, he's a beast of a player, man. I have seen in the past some of his clips where he alone tried to move the ball from the middle of the pitch, and he used to run hard towards the opposition goalkeeper, and he used to trouble the defenders. Like, he has pace and he is strong, and he can dribble with that space. That was, I think, really good. So that shows that you are not afraid to score goals. And he used to do all these things not only against lower ranked teams. Ashik used to do all these things against stronger teams as well. And in the last edition of AFC Asian Cup, Ashik used to do that. And also in our recent games against Qatar, Ashik used to do all these things. He at least tried to create some troubles for the opposition defenders against Qatar and other stronger teams. So we need a player like Ashik if we want to trouble the stronger team, because he is not afraid of anybody, anything. Okay? That is why I think he is one of the important players in the Indian national team. And Liston Kolako or Colasso, whatever. So Liston is, I think, having the best year. We know how he performed in the ISL. He was brilliant. He was the top Indian goal scorer. Even Sunil Setri couldn't score that many goals, right? And his goals were not just simple goals, and some of the goals were magical goals, at least by Indian standard, right? And not only that, he is continuing to score goals in AFC Cup as well for ATK Mohan Bagan. I think recently he scored a hat trick against Vasundhara Kings, and those goals were really good. In these goals we can see his composure level has improved a lot. In the last ISL season, although he scored good goals, but he also missed some of the very simple ones, right? But in the game against Vasundhara Kings in AFC Cup, we could see his goals were good. I mean, he was calm and composed, while scoring the goal. We could see when the Vasundhara King defender, made a mistake, he was really quick to get the ball and just shoot it past the goalkeeper. He was really calm there. And if I talk about the other goal, where he got the ball and he moved the ball well, and at one point of time, I think it was only the goalkeeper in front of him, and he didn't lose his composure. He simply dribbled and went past the goalkeeper, and calmly he put the ball into the opposition goal box. So this shows that Liston has improved his composure. And in, I think, post-match press conference also, Liston told he tried to work on to improve his mistakes, rectify his mistakes in the off season, and that's a good thing. I mean, we could see some of his improvements in AFC Cup against Vasundhara King. Hopefully Liston does well for the Indian national team as well. That will be really helpful. And if we talk about the forwards, Ishan Pandita, we are really hopeful. We hope Ishan does well for India, because he has the ability to score goals, and he is like a pure center forward. He has the ability to get into good position to score goal, whether it is by a header or by a kick. We have seen the glimpses of him doing that in the ISL. But the thing is, sometimes I feel like he can do a little bit more to get the ball and score, right? So far we have seen when he gets the ball near the opposition goal post, he is good at shooting it to the goal. But if he is not getting the ball, what he is doing, that is also important. Is he coming back a little bit to get the ball and pass it around and try to create some chance to score a goal, right? If he can improve on that front, I think that will be really good for the Indian national team. And then Sunil Setri, I don't want to talk much about him. He had kind of not so good season in the ISL. But if you talk about the goal scorers for the Indian national team, I think if Sunil is not there, then we don't know who will score the goals, right? Hopefully this time Sunil Setri scores some goals for us. That will help the Indian national team. Not only in the match against Jordan, he should score goals in the AFC Asian Cup qualifiers as well. He is a very important player. He will remain like that until he retires. And Manbir Singh, another important player. We can see Manbir Singh getting involved not only in scoring goals but also in defensive play, and this is a really good improvement. So in the past years, sometimes we could see Manbir was not running enough, not getting involved in the process entirely, but he has improved in that front quite well actually. Whenever he scores goals. So that's a given fact. He has the ability to score goals. But when he is not scoring goals, he is also coming back to contribute in the defense. And Manbir has given quite a lot of assists to Liston and other players. If I talk about ATK Mohan Bagan, right? That is really good of him. If you are not getting goals, at least it is good that you are trying to assist or you are trying to create some chances, right? That is really good. I mean, he is contributing or trying to contribute. Although we wanted some more goals from Manbir Singh, but it's okay. If you don't get the goal, at least you are trying to assist. And due to Manbir's assist, we are getting some goals. At least ATK Mohan Bagan is getting the goal, so that's a positive sign. And hopefully Manbir will get some goals in the Indian national team, and also he will give some good assists there. That's the expectation. But overall, we are hopeful. But although we normally become hopeful, but we don't get the desired result from the Indian national team. But that doesn't mean we should give up hope. We will be hopeful this time as well. All the best to the Indian national team. Do well against Jordan, and then also do well in the AFC Asian Cup qualifier in the month of June. Okay, that's what I had in this video, and we will see you in the next video about something exciting about Indian football.